Hello everyone and welcome to part 3. If you'd like to see how we got to this stage, I recommend you go back and watch these 2 videos to start your felting journey. We left off with this perfect blank canvas and now we can add a beautiful top coat. In this video, I'm going to show you how to attach color on top of your base sculptures, add on hair, and little details to really complete your piece. The colors I'll be using are neutral and earthy brown colors. I'm going to be starting with coloring in the hoops. For these, I'm using a neutral peachy color. I did felt these in off camera because it's quite a slow process, but I felt them as much as I can without poking my fingers. Moving on up the legs, I'm planning on creating a bit of gradient from white to the main coat color. So to do this, I'm going to cover them in a cream colored wool. To just cover up the base, I like to do this with a lot of my projects regardless of creating a gradient. It helps neutralize the core wool from ever showing. I like to wrap the pieces of wool around each leg, starting with small pieces, and just keep adding until the base wool is fully covered. And I don't care for these layers being wrapped perfectly straight around, but I do wrap them to at least the first joint on each leg. Felting through the wool should start to get easier and easier as you won't have to be as gentle and hold it as much as the piece becomes more firm and starts to hold its shape better. But it might also become tougher to poke your needle through the piece because the wool starts to become denser, and if you'd like, you could switch to a smaller gauge needle. Now you can pick what you'd like your pony's main coat color to be. I was inspired to create this into a Clydesdale foal. So following my reference pictures, I chose a caramel brown colored wool to work with. You can follow along or choose your own colors, and if you're not sure, I personally like to surround myself with lots of colors to choose from, so it keeps my mind open to using and creating more unique colors. I start with wrapping this color around the top of the hind legs and around the hips and to the inner side of the leg, and just felt it in normally and follow the base structure, and refelt it into creases to recreate the details of joints and muscles. Continue moving toward the front of the body and keep felting in the wool in no particular way. It should all blend together and the tiny poke holes should disappear the more it gets felted. Especially with carded wool, it all blends together easily. If you're using tops or roving wool, I suggest pulling it apart and mixing the wool together in your hands to help the fibers go in different directions before felting it onto your sculpture. To speed up the process a bit, you could also lay flat a piece of wool on your felting mat and felt that into almost a felted sheet. From that felt sheet, you lay that flat onto your sculpture and felt that in. But I also find that this method could also potentially add too much bulk in one place too quickly and create a bit of an imbalance. I wanted to add a bit of extra color, but without it causing a harsh line, so I've mixed the main chocolate brown color and a bit of off-white and mixed them together, but not too much, just slightly, and felt that as another layer on top, and you'll get this kind of random pattern Continue this process on the front legs and up the neck. Felting around the head can be a bit more difficult since it's a small area, just like the hooves, but I felt light enough to not felt to the other side, and I just lay the wool over the head and over the eyes and pretty much just felt around these beaded eyes. I wanted to add in face details and create those face markings, so I took some white and using a smaller gauge needle and felted the white wool down in a circle around the muzzle and up to a point in between the eyes. Time to create the ears. Take a small piece of the same brown wool and lay it flat on your felting mat, and use your felting needle to outline a small round diamond shape, and then felt the inside of the diamond and fold the edges, leaving a loose unfelted end, which we will be using to attach to the body later on. And felt those edges inward as well and into the center. Felt in the edges inward at a time, and then flip the ear back and forth and felt each side until it holds its shape. Attaching the ears to the head should be easy. If you want, you can pin the ears to the head with a sewing pin and adjust them until you're happy with the placement, and then felt them in with the loose wool. The muzzle of the horse was looking a bit 2D, so to add more detail, let's add some more color. I decided to use the neutral peach wool that I used originally for the hooves to create a bit of detail to the muzzle. And we can't forget the nostrils, so using a smaller gauge needle, I felted in 2 small brown dots, making sure they are level and even with each other. And now it's time to give this pony some hair so it's not so bald anymore. I chose to use some really dark chocolate brown carded wool, and there's tons of ways to attach and get a cool looking hairstyle for your horse. You could felt in just one end and leave the rest unfelted and loose and wild, but for this little guy I wanted to create a structured hair texture. So I've taken a good chunk of wool and just felted it through the center from between the ears down to where the neck touches the back, and then used my felting needle to bring those loose ends inward into the center without following any structure. Once most of the loose ends are in, I'll just randomly felt down and it creates a bumpy, almost curly looking texture. Moving on to the tail, I'll take another decent pull of wool and start rolling and felting it into a cylinder with a pointed end and leaving the other end loose. And then I felt that in when I'm happy with the shape of the tail. And there we have a little pony, and it's so cute at this point, and you can stop here, but if you'd like to upgrade it in one more step, follow for the 4th part where I'm going to show you how to use felter's wax and create some realistic looking hooves. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I hope to see you all on the next one.